decorated basketball careers at Fairmont State, I would be remiss if I did not make the man who built the house, JoJo Retton. Would you please stand? You made several Hall of Famers, Coach. Thanks for everything. Our next inductee served as a quarterback for Deacon Duvall's team from 1956 to 58. He led the team in total offense in each of those seasons and posted a career record of 22-3-1 during that time. He helped lead Fairmont State to an undefeated season and a conference championship in 1957. Also, as mentioned earlier, he was a member of the first WVIAC championship swim team at Fairmont State. Rich went on to coach football at Wilfrid Laurier University in Canada and brought that school its first ever national championship, and the Golden Hawks Stadium, Knight Newbrough Field, bears his name, as well as another Fairmont State alumni, Tuffy Knight. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Rich Newbrough to our Hall of Fame.
Well, there's been one common theme this evening. The other inductees thanking the two main components, I think, that being the coach and the teammates. And that's how I feel tonight. But first, I want to tell you something that for the last 2 weeks, the memories have been coming back. I thought of this and I thought of that, and it's been wonderful, these memories. And, you know, I'm at that age now where I can remember 1956, 57. Have a little trouble with last week. But, and as evidenced this evening coming over here, we were late leaving the motel thanks to Fred Nichols and Don Smith and their shenanigans. You know, they drove 400 miles to be here just to harass me tonight. But anyway, my wife Pat was in the car, and I came running out, and then I turned around and said, I forgot something, and I went back to the room, and I looked around for my glasses. They weren't on the table. They weren't in the bathroom. And, you know, all throughout this problem of mine, she said, if you will just think, put your hand on your head and just think. So I come out of the room and I said, honey, you got my glasses. She goes, I says, I am thinking, but I don't know where they are. She says, they're on your head. So that's the stage of my life right now, but I do remember, you know, the great teammates that I had on swimming team and the football team. 57 was a good year for me calendar-wise. Our swimming team was in the spring of 57. I was a sophomore, and then in 57 in the fall, I was a junior. We were in football. But those two teams, when you play on an athletic team, you really get close. The friendships are very, very close and long-lasting. And when you win a championship, those friendships are more endearing because you've done something. You've brought maybe a tin trophy back to the university, a sense of accomplishment. You kind of feel that way. And most importantly, for one brief shining moment, we were the best in the whole damn state. I'll never forget these guys. Now, there's a couple other guys I have to mention. Fred Nichols and Tuffy Knight and I enrolled at Fairmont State in 1955. We graduated in 59. 4-year program, 4 years. That's not bad by today's standards, guys. I've got athletes up at Canada. They're taking 5 years for a 3-year program. But anyway, the three of us were like brothers. We were brothers, fraternity brothers. And Fred and Tuffy kind of anointed themselves as chairman of the social committee. 4-year appointment. And we must have led the campus in social activities. And we had to call them ice cream socials out of respect for the faculty people that attended our meetings. We didn't want to say it's a keg party, so we just called it an ice cream social. But they set the world's record. Fred, we all left here in 59 and kind of went our separate ways, but in a few years, Fred was up at this small Lutheran university up in Canada, about 420 miles due north. And he was there as director of student activities, and he called Tuffy night and says, "How'd you like to be athletic director and basketball coach at university level?" Tuffy goes up, he's got the job. 2 years later, Tuffy calls me, "How'd you like to be assistant athletic director, assistant football coach at a university?" I'm there. So we started out, and our mandate at first was quite simple. From our president of our university, what I want to be competitive in football and basketball at the national level. Of course, we had no money. Our facilities were non-existent. We were supported by the Lutheran Church. But right away, we made an impact. All at once, we started playing in the national championships in those sports. Now, as we grew and got bigger, then nice things began to happen. All at once, we had a full-fledged phys ed degree, an honors degree in kinesiology. We started getting more female students, and things really, really took off for us. And, we spent, of the four of us, we spent about 115 years at that university. And we retired just before the new century began, turned our keys in. But that doesn't mean that we quit WLU. Fred goes in every day to the development office, helping them raise money. Smitty is in his 41st year of teaching in the undergrad program. Tuffy and I went back to help the university football team for a couple years. And right now, in our advanced age, after 40 years of involvement, I guess you might call us, we're the university's dog and pony show. They trot us out, for the alumni, trying to get some money. But we go out and entertain people. And of course, young athletes like to come back and say hello, and we're willing to do that. But we were able to take this university up to the new millennium, get them there, and what they've done since then is remarkable. Just unbelievable. But how did we do it? That guy over there, Retton, Duvall, Wilson, Davis, they taught us the games. They taught us how to play the games. Most importantly, they taught us how to coach the games. And we're forever indebted to them. Because as far as I'm concerned, we owe it all to them. And they had a common creed among them. They worked well together as a staff. But their creed was this, and you never saw it on a blackboard. You never, ever did see it in a lecture note. It was, if you're going to be a coach, you better be concerned, first and foremost, with the welfare and education of that student athlete. That's paramount. And we took that to Fairmont, Coach, or to Lutheran, and then to Laurier. And I'm proud to say that our national championship team in 1995 in football, we had a graduation rate of 93.2%. The university average was 86.6, and I think the average throughout the country was around 85%. So we did a good job, a complete job, like we were taught to do. So to show my appreciation to Joe and Deacon, who's my coach forever, and Squibb and Pie, the words that I think best that describe my feelings come from our alma mater. You remember, and when we bow to thee, dear Fairmont State, that's what I do this evening. Profound gratitude on behalf of Nichols, Knight, and Smith. I bow to thee, dear Fairmont State. Thank you.